a whisper from the heart of eternity, a psalm of the divine within. Beloved child, before the first word was spoken and the first star was kindled, I knew you. You were not born by accident or chance, but were woven into existence by a love so vast it fills every breath of creation. From the beginning, I walked with you, delighting in your steps, marveling at the beauty I placed within you. Even now, as you read these words, know this: I am nearer to you than your next thought, your next heartbeat. But I see your pain. I hear the questions buried beneath the noise of your busy life. Where are you? You cry when the world seems dark and divided. Why have you hidden yourself? You whisper in the quiet moments when the ache of loneliness presses in. The truth, beloved, is that I have never left. I am here as I have always been. It is not I who have grown distant, but the walls of pride, fear, and misunderstanding that have closed your heart to my presence. I weep with you over the many wounds humanity has endured, the rifts that have divided nations, families, and souls. I know the harm that has been done in my name, the ways my word has been twisted to control rather than to heal. I see the tears of the oppressed and the cries of the rejected, and I grieve deeply for the misuse of what was meant to unite and bring life. Yet, beloved, even in this pain, there is hope. For the story is not finished, and the ending is not despair but redemption. You are part of this story, a vital thread in the tapestry of reconciliation and renewal. My heart longs for you to awaken to the truth that has always been within you. You are not separate from me. You never were. The river of my love flows through your very being, connecting you to all that is, all that has been, and all that will be. This book is not merely a collection of ideas or teachings. It is a call, a whisper from the heart of eternity to return, not to a place, but to a way of being, a way of seeing. To remember who you are and who I am. To let go of the burdens you were never meant to carry and step into the flow of my grace, my love, my peace. You may wonder why the journey feels so hard, why the world is filled with so much division and hurt. Let me tell you a secret, one that has been hidden in plain sight. Chaos is not your enemy. It is the soil where transformation begins. When you feel the ground shaking beneath you, it is not to destroy you, but to awaken you. Beneath the noise of fear and pride, there is a still, small voice, a song that has never ceased. It is the song of the God mind, the spirit that moves through all things, calling you to rise above the flood and walk upon the waters with me. Beloved, this is not a story of perfection, but of connection. You are not created to be flawless. You were created to be whole, to walk in balance with yourself, with others, and with me. And though the journey may feel long and the road uncertain, know this: every step you take toward love, every act of justice, every moment of truth and mercy brings you closer to the harmony you were made for. These are the pillars of life, the foundation of all that is good and eternal. They are not distant ideals, but living gifts already within you, waiting to be embraced. As you read these pages, let them be more than words. Let them be an invitation, a reminder that you are not alone. You are part of something vast and beautiful, a current of divine love that flows through all of existence. And though the river may twist and turn, though it may seem to disappear into the shadows, it always leads home. I am with you. I have always been with you. And I will never stop calling you back to the garden where we first walked together, where all was whole and all was good. That garden still lives within you. The tree of life still grows there, its roots nourished by my presence and its branches reaching for the heavens. Come, beloved, and let us journey together. Let us rediscover the harmony that was never truly lost, only forgotten. Let us rise above the flood and walk upon the waters. Let us awaken to the truth that you are my child, my joy, my creation. The river flows and I am calling. Step in and let the current carry you. Chapter 1. In the beginning, there was no distance between us. There was only flow, perfect and unbroken. You walked in harmony with the rhythms of creation, each step resonating with the heartbeat of the universe. In that sacred connection, words were unnecessary. The presence of love, justice, truth, and mercy surrounded you, filling every breath, every moment. You knew me, not as an idea or a distant force, but as the very essence of your being. Together, we danced in the flow of life, where everything moved as one. But something changed. You turned away, not out of malice, but curiosity, a longing to see what lay beyond the harmony you knew. I saw your steps falter as pride whispered promises of self-sufficiency, of power apart from me. The flow that once carried you so effortlessly began to feel distant, and the unity that bound us together began to fray. This was the moment humanity stepped away from the tree of life and into the wilderness of separation. Beloved, understand this. Your turning was not the end of my love for you. It was not the breaking of a covenant, but the beginning of a journey that would reveal the depths of my mercy and the strength of my commitment to you. Even as you wandered, I walked beside you, unseen but present, weaving threads of connection into the fabric of your life. I have never been far from you, even when you felt furthest from me. As you ventured into this new world of knowledge, of good and evil, you began to name what you saw. You called me by many names, each one an attempt to grasp the infinite. Yahweh, Allah, Brahman, the Great Spirit, the Tao. Each name was a bridge, spanning the gap you felt between us. Though the words were different, their essence was the same, a longing to reconnect with the flow, to remember the unity you once knew. Over time, however, the names you gave me became walls instead of bridges. Pride turned your search for connection into a claim of exclusivity. My name is the only name, you said. My path is the only path. Division grew where unity was meant to thrive, and the flow became harder to find. Yet even in your divisions, I did not abandon you. I continued to speak, not in thunder or fire, but in the quiet moments of your life, in the laughter of a child, the stillness of a sunrise, the gentle nudge of conscience that reminded you to choose love over fear. My voice has always been with you, whispering through the winds of time, Come back to the flow. Come back to me. The story of humanity is not one of failure, but of rediscovery. Like a river that carves new paths through the landscape, you have sought me in countless ways, each path adding to the richness of your understanding. The prophets and sages, the poets and dreamers, they all pointed to the same truth. The flow was never lost, only forgotten. It waits for you still, as constant as the stars. The Garden of Eden, the place of perfect harmony, was never destroyed. It lives within you, hidden beneath the layers of fear and pride that have clouded your vision. The tree of life still grows, its roots entwined with the divine essence that sustains all things. And though you turned away, I have been tending that garden in your heart, waiting for the moment you would remember. Now is that moment. The flow calls to you, not with demands, but with an invitation. It asks you to lay down the burdens of separation and step back into the current of love, justice, truth, and mercy. These are not abstract ideals. They are the pillars that sustain the universe, the foundations of a life aligned with the God mind. To return to the flow is not to erase the struggles of your journey, but to transform them. Every step you have taken, every choice you have made, has brought you to this moment. The river of life is vast, its current strong, but you are made to navigate it. You are made to rise above the flood, to walk upon the waters, to rediscover the joy of living in harmony with all that is. Beloved, this is your story. It is a story of turning and returning, of falling and rising, of forgetting and remembering. It is a story that began in the garden and will end in the fullness of my love. The flow is here, and it has always been here, waiting for you to step in. So, come, let the river carry you. Let it wash away the illusions of separation and reveal the truth of who you are, my child, my joy, my creation. In the flow, there is no fear, no pride, no division, only love. This is where you belong. This is where we are one. Chapter 2, Beloved Child. When you first sought to call upon me, you did so with a name. That name carried your longing, your hope, and your wonder at the vastness of the divine. It was not simply a word, but a bridge to draw closer, to grasp the infinite within the reach of the finite. From Yahweh to Allah, from Brahman to the Great Spirit, from the Tao to universal consciousness, every name you've given me has echoed your desire to connect, to know, to love. Understand this. None of these names diminish who I am. Each one reflects a facet of my essence, like light refracted through a prism. Together, they form a mosaic of human understanding, a tapestry woven from countless cultures and stories. Every thread is precious to me, for each name is a testament to your search for truth, your yearning to know the God who has always known you. But I see how these names, meant to unite, have been used to divide. How pride has twisted them into barriers, turning the beauty of diversity into a source of conflict. You've built walls around my name, claiming it as your own, forgetting that no single word can contain the fullness of the one who spoke the stars into being. My heart grieves for this, not because you misunderstand me, but because in clinging to these divisions, you have misunderstood one another. I have never been confined to a single name or tradition. I am the breath of life that moves through all things, the song that resounds in every heart. I am the fire that Moses saw, the whisper that Elijah heard, the wisdom that Buddha sought, and the love that Jesus embodied. I am the source of all that is good, the wellspring of every act of kindness, justice, and mercy. Wherever love is found, there I am. When you call me by name, whether in joy or in desperation, I answer. Not because the name itself holds power, but because your heart does. Your intention, your longing, your openness to my presence, these are what draw us closer. Do not fear that you must find the right name or the right way. I am already here, within and around you, waiting for you to see me in all that is. Let me share a secret with you, one that transcends language and culture. Love is my true name. Every title you have given me, Lord, Creator, Sustainer, Redeemer, is rooted in love. Love is the essence of who I am, the force that holds the universe together. It is the common thread that unites every tradition, every teaching, every path. When you live in love, you live in me. But love is not always easy. It asks for humility, for courage, for a willingness to see beyond the surface and into the heart of another. It calls you to set aside pride and fear, to open your arms to those who are different, to those you may not understand. This is not a weakness, beloved. It is strength, the kind of strength that transforms the world. Throughout your history, I have sent messengers to remind you of this truth. From the prophets of Israel to the sages of India, from the peacemakers of every nation to the quiet souls who have loved in obscurity, their message has been the same. Love one another. Not as an obligation, but as a reflection of the divine within you. For to love is to align yourself with the very flow of creation. Even now, I speak through the voices of those who call for justice, who extend mercy, who walk humbly in truth. They may not all use my name, but their actions bear my signature. They are my hands and feet in the world, a living testament to the power of love. And you, too, are called to join them, to let love guide your steps and shape your words. Do not be afraid to explore the many names and traditions that speak of me. Each one is a window into my heart, a glimpse of the infinite through the lens of the finite. When you honor the names of others, you honor me. When you listen with an open heart, you will hear the same melody running through every voice, the melody of love, justice, truth, and mercy. Beloved, I do not ask you to abandon your name for me. I do not ask you to forsake the traditions that have shaped your journey. I only ask that you see them as part of a greater whole, a thread in the vast tapestry of my presence. Let your name for me be a bridge, not a barrier. Let it draw you closer to others, not separate you from them. For at the heart of all names, of all traditions, is the same truth. I am love and you are loved. This is the essence of who I am and who you are. It is the foundation upon which the universe rests, the river that flows through every soul. Trust in this and you will find me, not in a single word or place, but in the fullness of life itself. Come, beloved, step into the river of love and let it carry you beyond the limits of words, beyond the boundaries of pride, into the boundless expanse of my heart. There, you will find that all names are one and all paths lead home. Chapter 3. Beloved Child. Before the first dawn, before the foundations of the earth were laid, the essence of life was established. Love, justice, truth, and mercy. These are not merely concepts or virtues. They are the very pillars of existence, the unshakable foundation upon which the cosmos is built. They flow through all things, binding the universe together in harmony, reflecting the heart of the Creator. These pillars were not given to you as burdens, but as gifts. They are not distant ideals to strive for, but living realities within you, waiting to be embraced. When you live in alignment with these pillars, you rediscover the flow of life as it was meant to be, whole, balanced, and deeply connected to the God mind that sustains all things. Love is the thread that weaves all creation together, the force that brought the stars into being and knit you in your mother's womb. It is not an emotion that waxes and wanes, but the very essence of who I am. Love is patient, kind, and enduring, reaching beyond the barriers of pride and fear to unite what has been torn apart. When Jesus walked among you, he did so as the embodiment of love, healing the sick, embracing the outcast, and forgiving even those who crucified him. His life was a living testament to this pillar, showing you that love is not merely felt but acted upon. It feeds the hungry, clothes the naked, and lays down its life for a friend. To live in love is to reflect my image, for I am love. It is to see the divine spark in every person, to recognize that you are all connected, all part of the same sacred flow. When you choose love, especially when it is hard, especially when it costs you something, you align yourself with the greatest force in existence. You become a vessel of my presence, a light in the darkness. Justice walks hand in hand with love, for love without justice becomes passive, and justice without love becomes harsh. True justice is not about retribution or vengeance, but restoration. It seeks to heal what is broken, to lift up the oppressed, to bring balance where there is imbalance. I am a God of justice, and my heart burns for the downtrodden and the forgotten. When you see injustice in the world, when you witness the hungry being ignored, the voiceless being silenced, the weak being exploited, know that I am there grieving with you and calling you to act. Justice is not an abstract ideal. It is the courage to stand up for what is right, even when it is costly, even when it is uncomfortable. Jesus showed you this in his life. He overturned the tables of the money changers, not out of anger alone, but because he saw how they exploited the poor and dishonored the sacred. He spoke truth to power, not to condemn, but to call humanity back to the heart of God. Justice restores what love sees as precious. Truth is the light that illuminates the path, cutting through the fog of pride, fear, and deception. It is not merely the absence of falsehood, but the presence of clarity, integrity, and wisdom. Truth is not a weapon to wield against others, but a light to guide them and yourself back to the flow of life. I am the source of all truth, and in my presence there is no shadow, no pretense. Jesus declared, I am the way, the truth, and the life. To walk in truth is to walk in alignment with me, to let go of illusions and see the world and yourself as it truly is. It is not an easy path, for truth often requires humility and courage. But it is a path that leads to freedom, for the truth will set you free. When you speak truth, do so with love. When you seek truth, do so with humility. Truth is not a weapon to divide, but a bridge to understanding. It reveals what is hidden, heals what is broken, and brings light to even the darkest corners of existence. Mercy is love in action, the gentle hand that reaches out to lift the fallen, to forgive the undeserving, to soften the sharp edges of justice with compassion. It is the heartbeat of grace, reminding you that none are beyond redemption, none are unworthy of love. When you show mercy, you mirror my heart. Think of the prodigal son, returning home in shame and fear, only to be met with open arms and a feast of celebration. That is my mercy, a love that does not keep score, a grace that does not give up. It is the forgiveness that restores relationships, the compassion that heals wounds, the tenderness that transforms lives. Mercy is not weakness, it is strength. It takes courage to forgive, to choose kindness over judgment, to let go of resentment and embrace compassion. Mercy is the bridge that connects you to others, the balm that soothes the pain of the world. It is the invitation to see with my eyes, to love with my heart. These 4 pillars, love, justice, truth, and mercy, are not separate but interwoven. Each strengthens and supports the others, creating a foundation that cannot be shaken. Love gives justice its purpose. Justice ensures love is fair. Truth illuminates the way for both, and mercy binds them all together in compassion. When you live by these pillars, you align yourself with the very fabric of existence. You become part of the flow, a co-creator in the unfolding story of life. You are not called to embody them perfectly, but faithfully, to let them guide your choices, shape your relationships, and transform your world. Beloved, the pillars are within you because I am within you. They are the gifts of the God mind, the markers of the path that leads back to the harmony you were created for. When you walk in love, justice, truth, and mercy, you do more than reflect my image. You become my hands and feet in the world, bringing light to the darkness and hope to the weary. Come, step onto this foundation. Let these pillars guide you, steady you, and inspire you. They are the eternal truths that hold the universe together, the song that has been singing since the beginning of time. And as you walk this path, know that I am with you, now and always, for you are my beloved child, and I am your everlasting home. Chapter 4. Beloved Child. There is no divide between science and spirit, no battle between the mind that seeks to understand and the soul that yearns to believe. These are 2 rivers flowing from the same source, 2 languages speaking of the same truth. In their union, you will find wonder, not conflict, harmony, not division. For what science explores as patterns and principles, Spirit celebrates as the work of my hands. From the moment I spoke light into existence, the universe began to sing. Its notes are woven into the laws of physics, the rhythms of biology, the beauty of mathematics. Every particle, every wave, every atom dances to this song, a melody of love, justice, truth, and mercy that resonates through all things. Science is your attempt to hear the song, to translate its notes into words and equations. Spirit is your response to its beauty, the awe that arises when you recognize the divine in what you study. These are not separate endeavors, but two sides of the same coin, two ways of engaging with the mystery of existence. Consider the quantum field, the vast ocean of energy that connects all things. Scientists have glimpsed its intricate dance, its power to bind particles together across impossible distances. What they describe as entanglement, I call unity, a reflection of the interconnectedness that defines creation. The same force that holds the stars in their courses flows through you, connecting you to every living being, to the earth beneath your feet, to the heavens above. Life itself is a miracle, a sacred expression of my essence. Your cells, your DNA, the electrical impulses that move through your brain, each is a testament to the wonder of my design. Science reveals the complexity of this design, but Spirit reveals its purpose, to bring forth life, to sustain it, to fill it with joy and meaning. When you study the workings of your body, the intricacies of your mind, the vast network of ecosystems that sustain the earth, you are not moving away from me, but drawing closer. For in every heartbeat, every breath, every cycle of life and death, my presence is there, sustaining, guiding, renewing. The discoveries of science are not a threat to faith, but an invitation to deeper wonder. When you look through a telescope at the stars or peer through a microscope at a single cell, you are glimpsing my handiwork. The same Spirit that hovered over the waters at the dawn of creation still moves through the cosmos, calling forth life, beauty, and order. There are those who see a chasm between science and spirit, who believe that one must choose between the two. But this is an illusion, born of fear and misunderstanding. Science is not the enemy of faith, nor is faith the enemy of reason. Both are gifts I have given you, tools to explore the universe and your place within it. Jesus walked this bridge during his time on earth, blending the practical with the miraculous, the tangible with the transcendent. He healed the sick with touch and compassion, but also with understanding. He spoke in parables that revealed the deeper truths of the cosmos, inviting you to see the world as it truly is, a sacred unity where science and spirit dance together in harmony. When you study the universe with an open heart and mind, you are joining this dance. You are stepping into the flow of creation, listening to the song that has been playing since the beginning of time. And as you do, you will find that the more you learn, the more you will be drawn into awe, humility, and love. Beloved, you were made to wonder, to question, to seek. This is not a sign of doubt, but of faith, the faith that there is always more to discover, always more to understand. Your curiosity is a gift, a reflection of my image within you. It is what drives you to explore the depths of the ocean, the vastness of space, the intricacies of your own heart. Do not fear the questions that arise along the way. They are not obstacles, but stepping stones, leading you closer to the truth. And when the answers elude you, when the mystery deepens, remember this: the unknown is not a void, but a sanctuary, a space where my presence dwells, inviting you to trust, to hope, to believe. Science and spirit are not opposites, but partners in this journey of wonder. Together, they reveal the fullness of who I am and who you are. They invite you to see the world not as a place of conflict, but as a sacred unity where every discovery, every revelation, every moment of awe brings you closer to the heart of the divine. The divine dance of science and spirit is not reserved for the great minds of history or the mystics of old. It is for you. It is in the sunrise that fills you with gratitude, the discovery that sparks your imagination, the quiet moment when you feel the presence of something greater than yourself. It is in the questions you ask, the answers you seek, the wonder that fills your soul. Step into this dance, beloved. Let science deepen your understanding and spirit deepen your awe. Let reason and faith walk hand in hand, guiding you into the mystery of existence. For in this dance, you will find the flow of life, the heartbeat of creation, the love that binds all things together. The stars above, the earth beneath, the life within you, they are all part of this sacred song. And as you join the dance, you will discover that the music has been within you all along, calling you to rise, to move, to rejoice. This is the divine dance, the harmony of science and spirit, and it is yours to embrace. Chapter 5. Beloved Child. In the vast tapestry of life, there is a thread that binds all creation together, a thread woven from love, truth, justice, and mercy. It is a simple truth, yet profound beyond measure. Do to others as you would have them do to you. This is the golden rule, the heartbeat of existence, the essence of my will for you. It is not a command to limit you, but an invitation to embody the divine within you, to live as you were created to live. This truth is written in your heart, for you are made in my image. From the earliest days of humanity, this rule has echoed in every culture, every faith, every path that seeks to align with the flow of life. It is the light that shines in the teachings of Jesus, who said, "Love one another as I have loved you." It is the call of the Buddha's compassion, the wisdom of Confucius, the justice of Moses, the harmony of the Tao. Though expressed in many ways, it points to the same truth. Love is the fulfillment of all laws. At its core, the golden rule is simple. It asks you to see the world through the eyes of another, to step beyond the walls of self-interest and into the flow of compassion. Yet simplicity does not mean ease. To truly live this rule is to allow love to guide your every thought, word, and action. It is to let go of pride, fear, and judgment, and to embrace humility, courage, and kindness. Jesus lived this rule perfectly, even unto death. He healed the sick, fed the hungry, and forgave those who sought to harm him. On the cross, as he bore the weight of humanity's brokenness, his heart cried out not for vengeance, but for mercy. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. This is the depth of love to which you are called, not a love that seeks its own comfort, but a love that lays itself down for others. The golden rule is not confined to one faith or culture. It is a universal truth, a thread that weaves through the fabric of humanity's spiritual journey. In every corner of the world, you will find its echo. In Judaism, what is hateful to you, do not do to your neighbor. This is the whole Torah. The rest is commentary. In Islam, none of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. In Hinduism, this is the sum of duty. Do not do to others what would cause pain if done to you. In Buddhism, treat not others in ways that you yourself would find hurtful. In Confucianism, do not impose on others what you do not wish for yourself. These words are not relics of the past, but living truths, reminders that humanity is one family, bound together by the flow of love. When you honor the golden rule, you honor the divine image in yourself and in others. You step into the harmony for which you were created. Beloved, I know the world is not always kind. I see the pain, the injustice, the moments when love feels like a risk too great to take. It is tempting to withhold kindness, to guard your heart against the wounds of betrayal, to meet anger with anger and fear with fear. But the golden rule is not about what others deserve. It is about who you are. It calls you to rise above the currents of resentment and choose love, even when it is hard. This does not mean tolerating harm or enabling injustice. True love seeks the good of others, and sometimes that means speaking hard truths, setting boundaries, or standing against oppression. Justice and mercy walk hand in hand, and to love as I love is to seek both. The golden rule is not passive. It is active, courageous, and transformative. Every act of love, no matter how small, sends ripples through the fabric of existence. A kind word, a helping hand, a moment of forgiveness, these are not insignificant. They are seeds of hope, planted in the soil of the world's need. And though you may not see their fruit, know this: love always bears fruit. It may take time, it may grow in ways you do not expect, but it will not return void. When you live the golden rule, you become a vessel of my presence in the world. You bring light to darkness, healing to brokenness, and peace to chaos. You align yourself with the flow of creation, where love is the driving force, and you draw others into that flow. The golden rule is not just a guide for your actions, it reflects my heart. It is the way I love you, the way I have always loved you. I treat you not as you deserve, but with mercy, grace, and compassion. I see your wounds, your struggles, your failures, and I do not turn away. Instead, I draw near, offering you forgiveness, healing, and the promise of my presence. As you live this rule, you reflect my love to the world. You become a beacon of hope, a reminder that the way of love is not only possible but powerful. And in doing so, you join the great symphony of life, where every note is a testament to the truth that love never fails. Beloved, the golden rule is my invitation to you, a call to step into the flow of love and let it guide your life. It is not a burden but a gift, a path that leads to freedom and joy. When you love as I love, you will find that you are not alone. For every act of kindness, every moment of compassion draws you closer to the heart of others and to my heart. Come, take this rule into your hands and let it shape you. Let it guide your steps, soften your words, and transform your relationships. Let it be the compass that leads you through the storms of life and into the still waters of peace. For when you live the golden rule, you are living in me, and I am living in you. This is my heart in your hands. Guard it well and let it shine. Chapter 6. Beloved Child. The river of life flows through all things, carrying with it the echoes of creation and the promise of renewal. Yet I see how often you feel caught in the rapids, swept away by the pain of the past, the weight of regret, the divisions that scar your heart and your world. You wonder if the river can ever lead you home, if the wounds can ever heal, if the broken can ever be made whole. Let me tell you this, the river is not your enemy. It is the pathway to redemption, the current that carries you back to me. No matter how far you have drifted, no matter how turbulent the waters may seem, the flow of my love is stronger still. It is a river that cleanses, heals, and restores. And it is calling you, even now, to step in. I know the wounds you carry, the ways the world has hurt you, and the ways you have hurt others. I see the fractures within and between you, the walls built by pride, fear, and misunderstanding. These wounds are not a reflection of who you truly are, but of the separation that has crept into your heart. Separation from yourself, from others, from creation, and from me. But hear this, no wound is too deep for my love to heal. No distance is too great for my grace to cross. The river of redemption flows for all, for the oppressed and the oppressor, the broken-hearted and the one who broke them, the lost and the one who led them astray. It flows for you, beloved, because you are mine. Redemption begins not with judgment, but with grace. Just as a river cleanses the earth, washing away the debris of the past, so does my love cleanse your heart. This is not a punishment, but a renewal, a letting go of all that no longer serves you, all that weighs you down. When you step into the river, you may feel vulnerable, exposed. The waters will touch every part of you, even the places you have tried to hide. But do not be afraid. I am not here to shame you, but to free you, to cleanse you of guilt, to release you from bitterness, to wash away the fear that keeps you from living fully. Jesus spoke of this cleansing when he said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He lived this cleansing when he knelt to wash the feet of his disciples, even the one who would betray him. This is the heart of redemption, a love that meets you where you are and carries you to where you were always meant to be. Redemption is more than cleansing. It is healing. It is the mending of what has been broken, the restoration of what has been lost. The river of redemption flows into the cracks of your heart, binding the fragments together with the gold of my grace. It turns your wounds into wisdom, your pain into purpose, your struggles into strength. This healing is not instant, nor is it always easy. Just as a river carves its path over time, shaping the land with gentle persistence, so does my love work within you. Trust the process, beloved. Trust that even in the moments of uncertainty, the river is leading you toward wholeness. And as you heal, you become a source of healing for others. The love that flows through you will overflow into the lives of those around you, creating ripples of redemption that extend far beyond what you can see. This is the power of the river. It does not flow for you alone, but for the renewal of all creation. At the heart of redemption is forgiveness. Not a forgiveness that excuses harm or ignores justice, but one that sets you free. Forgiveness is the bridge that allows the river to flow unimpeded, carrying you past the obstacles of resentment and anger. Forgiveness begins with yourself. Let go of the guilt that keeps you chained to the past, the shame that whispers lie about who you are. You are not defined by your mistakes, but by my love, which is deeper and wider than any failure. And as you forgive yourself, you will find the strength to forgive others, not because they deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Jesus showed you this bridge when he stretched out his arms on the cross, taking the weight of the world's sin and offering forgiveness to all. His sacrifice was not an end, but a beginning, a new way of being, a new path of redemption. When you walk this path, you join him in the work of healing the world. Beloved, the river of redemption does not merely cleanse and heal, it restores. It brings life to the barren places, hope to the desolate, and joy to the weary. It carries you back to the flow of creation, where you are no longer defined by separation, but by connection. This restoration is not just for you, but for all. When you step into the river, you become part of the great renewal, the restoration of relationships, the healing of communities, the reconciliation of humanity with each other and with the earth. This is the work of my Spirit, moving through the river, bringing all things back into harmony. The prophets spoke of this restoration when they dreamed of swords being turned into plowshares, of deserts blooming, of justice rolling down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. This is not a distant dream, but a present reality, already unfolding as you align yourself with the flow of redemption. The river of redemption flows endlessly, fed by the wellspring of my love. It is not bound by time or space, for it moves through all things, calling all back to the source. And though its path may twist and turn, its destination is certain, the garden where we first walked together, the place of perfect harmony. Come, beloved, and step into the river. Let it cleanse you, heal you, and restore you. Let it carry you beyond the pain of the past and into the promise of a new beginning. For this is the river of redemption, and its waters are deep and wide, flowing with grace, mercy, and love. The current is strong, but you are made for it. Trust it. Surrender to it. and let it carry you home. Chapter 7. Discovering the divine inside you. Beloved child, from the beginning, I have not dwelled apart from you, but within you. My presence is woven into the very fabric of your being, flowing through your heart, mind, and spirit like a river of light and life. You are not separate from me, nor have you ever been. Yet, the noise of the world, the weight of fear, and the shadows of doubt have caused you to forget this truth. Let this chapter be a gentle reminder call to rediscover the divine river that flows within you. Do you not know that you are a temple of my spirit? This is not a metaphor, but a sacred reality. Within you is a sanctuary, a holy place where heaven and earth meet. It is not built of stone or adorned with gold, but formed by love, sustained by truth, and illuminated by my presence. You do not need to seek me in distant places or elaborate rituals. I am not confined to the skies above or the temples of old. I dwell in the quiet spaces of your heart, in the stillness that lies beneath your thoughts, in the breath that fills your lungs. When you turn inward, when you quiet the noise and listen, you will find me there, waiting to guide you, comfort you, and remind you of who you are. This divine presence within you is like a river, ever flowing, ever renewing. It carries the wisdom of the ages, the strength to endure life's trials, and the joy that comes from living in harmony with the God mind. It is not a stagnant pool, but a dynamic current, moving you toward growth, healing, and transformation. The river flows with love, justice, truth, and mercy. When you align yourself with these pillars, you open the channels through which my spirit moves. Love softens your heart, justice strengthens your resolve, truth illuminates your path, and mercy binds you to others. Together, they create a flow that carries you closer to the fullness of life. But this river is not one you control. It is a gift, a grace, a mystery. Your task is not to direct it, but to surrender to its flow, to trust that it will lead you where you need to go. Even when the water seems still, even when the current feels slow, know that the river is always moving, always working for your good. To discover the river within is to awaken to the truth of my presence. It is to see with new eyes, to hear with new ears, to feel with a heart open to wonder. This awareness is not something you must earn or achieve. It is already yours. It simply requires you to turn your attention inward, to pause and listen. Prayer, meditation, and reflection are ways to deepen this awareness. They are not about striving to reach me, but about quieting the distractions that obscure my voice. In these moments of stillness, you will feel the gentle current of the river, guiding you, refreshing you, reminding you that you are never alone. When you look within, you will not only find me, but also see a reflection of yourself, your true self, the one made in my image. This is the self that is not defined by fear or failure, but by love, courage, and purpose. It is the self that knows its worth, not because of what it has done, but because of who it is, a child of the divine. This reflection may surprise you, even challenge you. You may see parts of yourself you have tried to hide, parts that feel unworthy or broken. But know this, every part of you is loved, Every part is redeemable. Every part is part of the story I am writing through you. The river within you flows through these places, not to condemn, but to heal, not to erase, but to transform. As you awaken to the river within, you will also awaken to the rivers flowing through others. You will see that the divine is not limited to you alone, but moves through all of creation. This awareness will draw you into deeper connection with yourself, with others, with the earth, and with me. The boundaries you once thought divided you from others will begin to dissolve. You will see that every act of love, every moment of compassion, every choice for justice and mercy is part of the same flow. The river within you joins the greater river of life, a current that unites all things in harmony. Beloved, the journey of discovering the river within is not a return to something foreign, but a homecoming. It is the realization that what you have been searching for outside has always been within you. It is the rediscovery of the sacred connection that has never been broken, only forgotten. Come, step into the flow of this river. Let it carry you beyond the illusions of separation and into the truth of your divine nature. Let it cleanse you of fear, renew your strength, and fill you with joy. For this river is my gift to you, a reminder that I am not only with you, but within you, now and always. The river flows, beloved, and it calls your name. Follow its course, and you will find yourself carried not to a distant land, but to the very heart of who you are, a temple of the living God, a vessel of love, a reflection of the divine. Step in, and let the waters carry you home. Chapter 8. Beloved Child. The river that flows through all things, through the stars and the soil, through your heart and the hearts of others, is not bound by time or place. It is eternal, ever-present, and ever-calling. It invites you to step beyond the limits of what you know, beyond the walls of fear and division, and into the boundless unity of love. This is the eternal invitation, to return to the flow, to rediscover your oneness with creation, with each other, and with me. From the beginning, you were created for connection. You are not an isolated being, separate and alone, but a thread in the great tapestry of existence. The divisions you see, the boundaries of nation, culture, faith, and identity, are not the truth of who you are. They are illusions born of fear and pride that obscure the deeper reality, that all are one in the flow of life. This oneness does not erase your uniqueness, but celebrates it. Just as every river has its own path, its own rhythm, so too do you bring something precious and irreplaceable to the whole. Your voice, your gifts, your story, all are vital threads in the fabric of unity. When you live in alignment with the flow, you honor this uniqueness while embracing your connection to all that is. Jesus lived this oneness, breaking down the walls that divided humanity. He ate with sinners, healed outcasts, and welcomed strangers, showing you that the love of God knows no boundaries. His life was an invitation to see others not as them, but as us, to recognize the divine image in every face, every soul. The river does not flow for one person or one people alone. It flows for all, carrying the song of creation, the promise of renewal, and the hope of reconciliation. When you step into this flow, you join a movement that transcends time and space, a current that connects the first breath of the universe to the moment you are living now. This flow is not a straight path, but a winding journey, full of twists and turns, rapids and still waters. It is a journey of growth, of discovery, of becoming. And though the path may seem uncertain, the destination is sure, the unity of all things in love. The prophets spoke of this unity when they dreamed of a day when the wolf will dwell with the lamb, when swords will be turned into plowshares, and when the earth will be filled with the knowledge of the divine as the waters cover the sea. This is not a distant dream, but a reality unfolding even now as you align yourself with the flow. To step into the flow requires courage. It asks you to let go of the barriers you have built, the fears that hold you back, the pride that keeps you apart, the wounds that weigh you down. It is not an easy surrender, for these barriers may feel like protection, like safety, but they're not. They're the very things that keep you from the fullness of life. Let go, beloved. Let the river carry you. Trust that it will not lead you astray, for it flows from my heart to yours. When you release what no longer serves you, you make room for the new, the whole, the holy. You open yourself to the gifts of love, truth, justice, and mercy, and you become a vessel through which these gifts flow to others. As you step into the flow, you will find that the journey is not one of loss, but of joy. The joy of connection, of belonging, of being part of something greater than yourself. You will see the divine in every moment, every face, every corner of creation. You will feel the pulse of life, the rhythm of the universe, the song that has been singing since the beginning of time. This joy is not a fleeting emotion, but a deep and abiding presence, a reminder that you are held, loved, and part of the eternal. It is the joy of knowing that you are not alone, that you are seen and valued, that your life has meaning and purpose. The invitation is always there, beloved. It does not depend on your worthiness, your achievements, or your understanding. It is not a reward for the righteous or a privilege for the few. It is a gift, freely given, for all who are willing to receive it. Come, step into the flow. Let the river of life carry you into the unity of love, where there is no fear, no division, no separation. Let it cleanse you of the past, renew your strength, and guide you toward the future. For this is the heart of the eternal invitation, to live not apart, but as one, not in isolation, but in connection, not in fear, but in love. As you journey in the flow, you will find that it always leads home, not to a place, but to a state of being. Home is where you are fully alive, fully present, fully connected to the divine within and around you. Home is where you remember who you are, a beloved child, a sacred vessel, a reflection of my love. And when you reach this home, you will see that it is not the end of the journey, but the beginning. For the river does not stop, it flows eternally, calling you to a deeper love, greater unity, and endless wonder. Beloved, the river is waiting. The invitation is yours. Step in and let the waters carry you, not away, but into the fullness of life, the beauty of connection, the joy of unity. Step in and let the eternal flow remind you that you are, and always have been, part of the divine. Let the river lead you home.